It's a thought that was brewing for many years now, and finally, it's starting to take shape. One of the most beautiful representations of that thought is our logo. We learn because we observe, and we learn from our observations, which is why learning by observation. Let's take an example of the omnipresent data science. It is also the space where learning by observation has started to take shape and finds its roots in. Currently, learning by observation has focused its effort on the fields of data, visualization, and analysis. We are currently working at the space where data meets analysis and visualization. Let me talk to you about our logo first. Everything that we learn has many facets to it. Each facet here has been represented by the three hexagons. And don't miss the shadow behind. It is the many years and the latent effect of so many influences that bring anything to life, that bring any learning that we have. Let's go back to the data science example. Currently, we intend to focus our efforts in a space where data meets analysis and visualization. Learning by observation has started its journey in the virtual space in the form of a website. And on the website, you'll find something about us, but that's for another day. Let's come to the first things that affect data visualizations. It is the concepts and the effort of so many years of research by so many people, which is why we are now able to make some beautiful and very complex visualizations. Let's list down and have a collection of those efforts in this section. This section talks about the many theories that affect visualization. You'd be surprised to know how many facets affect a visualization. The theory of color, principles of design and thinking, research regarding how we read, how the eye scans a paper, and does it scan a screen any differently. Terminology is very familiar to everybody, but should be regarded. Strobes, gradient, textured patterns, data. Oh, data. There are so many types of them. There's ordinal and nominal and continuous. What do they all mean? And if you have data which is to do with numbers, then you possibly and most certainly have flirted with distribution. Let's understand the science behind distribution. Dashboards. Can we just link any two things together? And will it make sense? Let's open conversations regarding what makes dashboards effective and better storytellers. There is research regarding how we take information and how we perceive it. Let this section be a repository of all that research and theories that have supported what we are now able to do. Charts and graphs. This is what we are now able to do. This is really the heart of learnings by observation in its current avatar. There are so many beautiful visualizations which are now so possible using simple tools or maybe complex ones. But there is a science behind it. Is the bar graph the same thing as those who are stuck together? And what about those bars which are floating? Let's open those conversations. And as we open those conversations, let's understand how we can construct and the takeaways from the various graphs and charts that can now be constructed, starting from the simple ones to the most complex. That brings us to open conversations. It is important to have a discussion regarding how information is being received. While it is great to make a beautiful visualization with a lot of painstaking effort, it is important to open a conversation regarding how it was received by both those who intended, those who intended to take information was the effort of the data visualizer received in the same letter and spirit by the audience. Let's take radial graphs for example. It may be a complicated looking graph and used as a method to present information. Let's open conversations regarding how the information was presented and received by those who needed it. It's important to have an open conversation regarding what was presented versus what the takeaway is. It helps every stakeholder in the process. Learnings by observation. It can be a wide field, and the authors of this space are acutely aware, which is why we encourage conversations. We encourage people to share their ideas about what else can learning by observation be. In our current avatar, we focus on a space where data meets visualization and analysis. But we are acutely aware that the possibilities of those three words together is immense. It's because we learn from our observations. So join the conversation. It would be nice to meet each one of you along the journey.